federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kiva of Come Get This Commentary 2 and Come Get This Commentary. Hopefully you are subscribed to both pages. If not, it's okay. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to hit that like and thumbs up the video, or maybe that's the same thing. Either way, the mess has been messing. September is a really busy month. School's back in. The new fiscal year is coming. We're winding down all the things. I have a lot of engagements this month out of town because I teach a class, but I'm like, let me sit down right now. I got about 30 minutes. I'm going to record this video if it kills me, and I ain't dead yet, so let's get to talking. So Puffy, Sean Combs, Diddy, Love, whatever you want to call him, he locked on up, okay? He gone on to glory. Not quite the glory, but he probably want to go. Got himself arrested. We knew it was coming. I mean, if anybody didn't think it was coming, I don't know what planet you are on, but we knew it was coming. And what I found interesting was, again, because, you know, I do commentary on Jag was upset that nobody outside of YouTube has bought her name up. And I think I heard her name by a commentator talking to somebody else. It wasn't like a news person. It wasn't no major news person. And I don't even think it was a lawyer. But nonetheless, her name isn't buzzing with the feds. Her name isn't in any books. No one's all hailed Jaguar Wright as the founding godfather of exposing Sean Combs, okay? We had quite a few people to speak out, including some other YouTubers who have, if you have been following them from back in the day, was talking about Sean and exposing him and all the things. We're going to play a clip from two people. One, Lovely T, and Sloan Bella. They had something to say. They weren't mean about it, but they just kept it real, right? Everybody's, oh my God, Jaguar. And they've been talking about it. And Sloan basically said, you know, my psychic abilities, now if you believe in them or not, she has been right on a lot of things. And a lot of people give her credit is because she ain't there. She's never been in the industry at all. At all. It's just her intuitive gut or whatever the psychic gods bestow upon her, and she's been correct. Superhead, that's not her name. STEFFANS. I'm drawing a blank on that lady name. Miss STEFFANS. She said, go head on somewhere, because I've been talking about this 20 years. We're going to see her talk about it. And it just goes to show, Miss Jaguar, you was not the founding father and nothing. Nobody owes you a conversation. Again, she's upset that she is stuck on YouTube, and YouTube quote unquote famous. No one's beating down the door like, oh my God, we got to interview you. You know, we got to know. Because again, I said in a previous video, if you claim to know so much and you've been in every single room, I mean, you can't throw a name out to her and she's not going to say, you know what, I don't know about them. Yes, I know about them. Oh my God, I know. And she'll give some elaborate ass story. Lord have mercy. But if you've been in every room, you've got the tapes, as she's claimed to have the tapes. She's claimed again to be on the ski boat, riding across to Epstein Island, rescuing women, okay? If you have the tapes, you have the audio, you have the recordings, why were you complicit? If, in fact, okay, we know you weren't there, but it's like she wants to be complicit. She wanted to be a part of the action, and she wasn't. But anyway, let's check out what Stefan said, why am I drawing a blank on this lady name? Y'all put it down in the comments. I don't believe she goes by Superhead no more, but she wrote a book. She banged all the celebrities or whatever. That's the old her. She has since turned over a new leaf, and that is not her. But let's listen to what she had to say. Okay, so it wasn't a recording. It was a post. So she said, first pre-ordered the 20th anniversary edition of Confessions with new chapters in my bio. Now, it's not my story to tell. There are victims that deserve their space and time to tell their stories, and I will not encroach. I've gotten calls from ABC News, Rolling Stones. I've made comments off the record, refusing to be quoted. Here's the deal. I said everything I needed to say 20, 15, and 10 years ago, and you all called me a liar. You called me crazy, bipolar, a whore, and a bitter bitch. Now that everything I warned you about has come to pass, you want me to give you the tea. Well, no thank you. I've had enough of you people. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. You've beaten me into a place of indifference. I wrote the books. I sat for the interviews. I told you what you needed to know, and you abused me. There's even more to say about people you still revere, recent events, but I refuse. Let somebody else do it. Now, I'm on vacation with my family while justice has its day, and I love to see it. Trust me when I tell you there's more to come. God's promises are real. The meek shall indeed inherit the earth, and I'm preparing for my inheritance. Remember, I was not before my time. You were late to the revolution. Smarten up. Now, if it's one thing that stood out to me that I really, really appreciated, was she said it's not her story to tell. So these victims that are coming forward, she said, I'm not going to encroach on them. I'm going to let them talk, right? And she's taking a step back. She did her part. It wasn't believed 20 years ago, okay? I remember hearing her talk about it, but I think for me, younger, immature me, I was so stuck on that she was in her free-spirited vagina days, her hold'em, right? So I didn't take her serious, and that's the problem. Just because a person's intimate life, whether it's broadcast or not, doesn't mean that they're lying, right? So she spoke on that, and I had to jump in here because Aubrey O'Day was another one. Been sounding the alarm. She made that tweet right there when Sean got arrested, and then just 2 days ago, she said it's going to get worse, and I ache for what the world will eventually learn. So she is someone who was really in the game, really sat with the people, okay? And now it's all coming to light, and she's been trying to tell us. Up next, I have like a 1 minute or 2 minute clip of an interview where she talked about things with Diddy and people not believing her. Let's watch that for just a second.
Yeah. $1 million to get rid of Pac.
Yeah,
is what he's saying.
I feel that Diddy got rid of Pac and Biggie.
And maybe others as well.
Yeah. And does it scare you? Now that you are speaking out so openly and people are actually seeing that.
Mind you, I'm not being open at all because I can't, but I appreciate you saying that.
No. But now that you're speaking out as much as you can and you're like trying to open up the floor, were the forerunner of really kind of exposing Diddy. You've always done it very tastefully and tactfully though.
I had to, bitch. He was.
That was my next question. Like, does that scare you that you could possibly end up on one of these missing person lists because of Diddy?
You know, I was asked that on a podcast and everyone was like, oh God, fuck this girl. Tell us what you know or fuck off. Like this mentality of like, we want it now. And like, God forbid, like I should just go on a podcast and tell the whole world what I know right now and what's happening behind the scenes versus, I don't know, like somebody who could do something about it and create justice, which is what anyone that's got a story should be doing right now.
Absolutely.
So it's like, it's puzzling to me when people like come at me so hard. But
I mean, fuck what everybody thinks. This is your life. Nobody has to live in.
She has been disrespected, laughed at, told she was lying, making it up, want a money grab, treated like trash. And look at us right here. Up next, we're going to listen to just about a 60-second clip of a song she wrote back in 2013. Listen to those lyrics, okay? Very, very interesting. She was actually sending out a SOS to get away from Sean Combs. Again, she wrote that in 2013. She's been trying to sound the alarm. Yeah. So people have been talking about Sean Combs. Again, Jaguar didn't sound alarm. She didn't set this off. She didn't kickstart this. Okay. Just so we clear, we have a lot of OGs out there that's been boots to the ground and truly lived the experience. And then we have Lovely T, who spoke on that she was one of the pioneers that first started talking about Diddy and exposing the industry as well. Let's go to her video.
Tense has been waiting for you on this one. You've been clocking him for years, looking gorgeous and speaking truth. Love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. My real tea sippers who have been here know that I have been clocking Diddy since like the 2013s. You know, but I'm not a celebrity, so of course everybody's only going to say Jag Wright, you know, or Cat Williams. That's all you hear is Jaguar Wright was right and Cat Williams. You know what I'm saying? But my tea sippers know I've been here talking about it long before a lot of people.
So Lovely T acknowledges, you know, I'm not a celebrity, you know, I'm not Cat Williams and them. So yeah, people, you know, may be hyped up on quote unquote the new people talking about it, right? But she says she go back to 2013. She been exposing Sean Combs, all of them, Jay-Z, doing deep dives on them, okay? So I found that interesting. And actually, I didn't watch her back all those years ago, so I missed a lot of those deep dives. But when I was going through her content and looking, I'm like, oh, okay. She been on it. Now, let's get into Sloan Bella.
So I'm Sloan from California, technically. But here's what really bothered me. And I get her point when she said, you know, no one believed her and she was in the industry, but they believed some psychic, right? So I get that. Some dumbass psychic. I get it because there's a lot of dumbass psychics. We're fucking clowns. I understand. Here's the difference. Why people believed what this dumbass said here. Here's why they believed it. Because I'm not connected to those people in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Like I don't know them personally. I did a reading on Kim Porter in June of 2023. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but it was June of 2023 where I got the exact information. That's why people are listening.
I'm going to step in here real quick. If I remember, Sloan shouted out Jag. I feel like she was like, and shout out to Jag, blah, blah, blah. So she did show Jag some respect. So for Jag to go and shade her, as you'll hear her say, some white woman that got Sloan hot. But Jag likes to do that. She loves to shade you. And again, she's jealous of anyone getting any type of recognition outside of her. Okay. Sloan trended, like she stated. She trended because she was giving the information before things happen. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Let's pick back up to what she's saying.
Listening to me, not that they're discounting her. They're always going to discount people in the industry because they want you to shut up because you're in their industry. I'm not. I'm just some fucking joker on the camera who did a reading and my reading happened to pan out. That's why people were paying attention. I didn't say it after the fact. I said it 6 months prior to the fact. 6 months prior. That's why people paid attention. So in that instance, I wish people would give people the credit that they deserve when they fucking get something. You know, I mean, why do you got to mention everyone's color? Say a psychic named Sloan. There are no other psychics named Sloan. Just say a psychic named Sloan. That psychic chick named Sloan. People will know who it is. They'll know it because I trended on it. You don't need to mention the color of my skin. And the reason, and I understand why she can't understand why they don't pay attention to her when she's been saying it, and why they would pay attention to someone who picked it up out of the ethers. At least she had the respect to say that and not say something fucked up like a mentally ill fucking circus clown, right? But the point is, I got it before it happened. That's why people paid attention to it. That's why it's called a wild card in psychic work, when you throw it out there without any expectation of where it lands. So a real psychic does not edit their words. They say it and it either happens or it doesn't. And it's perfectly fine either way, but it happened for me. And so that's why I got that credit.
So there we have 3 people, and there's more, okay? But 3 people who let y'all know we've been talking about Diddy. We've been talking about the Jay-Z's. We've been talking about all the things, right? And a lot of things that discredit Jaguar would be, they're going to kill me. You're putting my life in danger. Yet she's always on camera telling all her business, being seen, and nobody took her ass out yet, okay? What might, if anything, get her took out is her mouth, and she run up on the right person and they let her ass out. That would be about it, okay? I still can't get over that one video where she stopped in the doorway and had LaGina pick up this Crayola drawing and said it was from the mafia. Child, a mess. So, you know, lies, embellishments, with some truths, trying to convince people to believe she sat in every room. No, ma'am. So let's talk about Jag in this fake interview. In my opinion, allegedly, she want to be involved in the Diddy case so bad. She want her voice to be heard and seen, with some validity, right? Yes, we still have the same, nobody sued her. Nobody's going to waste money on a lawyer suing you when you have a reputation online for being a nutcase. Never forget the things that you've done online. It just is what it is, okay? So we're not going to pay thousands. They're not going to pay thousands to sue you for defamation. Say what you want. People let peasants do peasantry shit, right? They let them talk their shit and they carry on and get the coin. Now, Piers Morgan, you did this 11, 10-minute, 12-minute video with the man. Why he ain't posted? And why he didn't invite you to his platform? Look at his platform. Everybody goes to his platform. Huh? He wants to be on camera. I just don't see him sitting on a transistor radio with a walkie-talkie and a string connected to you, asking you questions underwater. Because that's how it sounds. Okay? Sound like you was talking through a bowl of Rice Krispies. Why wouldn't he bring you to the 2 million, however million subs he got, okay? So that the world, because basically the world watches the man, right? He's known for controversy, stuff like that. Why wouldn't he put you on that platform? You mean he left you on your Instagram talking through a Rice Krispie transistor radio? I said, well, let me check his other social media. I went on his Instagram. I hobbled over onto his Facebook. I hobbled on over to the TikTok. Like, I went through his social media because I was like, she just recorded it. As soon as it ended, I like how you deleted it. Okay, of course I have it because I didn't get to watch all of it because I am employed. Okay, I do go to work. Again, nothing on the TikTok. This is the Jaguar Wright Johnson, the 56. Come on now. If that interview was real, why wouldn't he want the world to hear what you have to say? I think, don't forget your platform. You ain't got to nowhere on your platform. I was like, it ain't nowhere on her platform. Maybe it's on one of your troll pages. I don't know. But anyway, you want to insert yourself into the Diddy mess so bad, and no one's letting you. That's of caliber. Okay, again, stuck on YouTube, stuck on Instagram, stuck on TikTok, People Magazine, Rolling Stones. Ain't nobody reached out to you? Nobody? Law and Crime. They were interviewing Ray J, for God's sakes. Ray J, calm it down. Because I still need to know that you killed Whitney. I'm just saying. Calm down, Ray J. Because I think you going to be named somewhere. Okay? But anyway, Ray J getting interviews. And you can't get anything. That's very telling. So I don't believe that interview is real. Not 1 minute do I believe it was real. Again, that's my thoughts on it. You didn't even put yourself on your community wall. Your own community wall. You didn't put yourself on it. A whole interview. And you was trying your best to look like you was really being interviewed. But why would you allow your audience to not hear what the questions were being asked? Was he what was he on the moon and couldn't, because they do I mean, they're virtual, right? Even if you was on his platform, you still wouldn't have been in his presence. But come on now. He would not put up no crap interview like that. It was trash. You said the same things you've been saying with a little added more fluff. And again, no one feels your worth being put on their real platform with real numbers, with real media. Okay? YouTubers, the credible ones on YouTube, yeah, some of them. You're not even credible on your own platform, but I sincerely doubt that you sat up there and interviewed with Piers, because that's not how he rolls. That's not how he does production. He don't. That's just based on his social media and all his interviews. He don't even got you hashtag nowhere. It was interesting. It was screen recorded by 2 people, and they put the video up as standalone videos. Now, since recording is more could be up, but nonetheless, no one, I guess, was interested in that interview. Because why did you delete it? Why would you delete your own interview? Who child? Anyway, I feel it's a fake interview. Comment below your thoughts, and let's get on to this young lady who, for about a year ago, 2023, 2022, when LaGina was around here talking about she was Aaliyah's daughter, and she's still standing on that lie. This lady has been talking about she's Aaliyah's daughter. I can't even get it out. I just want to fight these people. That she's Aaliyah's daughter. Let's get into that, and then I'm going to try to wrap this up. Okay, so this lady here, she has 2 YouTube pages that I found. This one here, let's see, her oldest posts go back. Look, she even got LaGina on her page, child. Oh, and she tagged the other YouTube channel as well. Let's see. Yeah, she was, child. Oh, you know what? I didn't look at that Facebook page. Let's take a look at that Facebook page. Hold on. I went and took a quick look. I didn't pull it up. I'm not interested in digging it deep, but nonetheless, that was from over a year ago. I gotta remember to try to link these down for you. But she, the truth about my mother. Okay, let's see what you.
What y'all thought y'all was gonna kill me? Freemasons, Dick Lip, Jay-Z, Diane Horton, Rashad Horton, Barry Hankinson, using Cardi B and all them other motherfuckers down there in Louisville, Georgia. On Little Dorothy and Petty ass side, all that sending me backs and shit, moths and shit, trying to kill me and shit. Bitch ass niggas. Y'all some bitch ass niggas. Then you got these celebrity bitches doing all that witchcraft. You won't put this pussy in the dirt, bitch.
Oh.
You won't put this pussy in the dirt, bitch.
Listen. I don't. I think you're not convincing us that you're Aaliyah with that. Thank God we don't see anything. But let's stop sharing that, okay? And go over to her other page. This one here. This page aligns with her TikTok, okay? That's the only post that she has on that particular page. Just go follow my YouTube channel, okay? Let's head over to her TikTok really quickly. Okay. This is her TikTok here. All right. And so it's no sound. Let me see. They're all basically saying, is it no sound available? Okay. Follow my IG. She, of course, she's doing what Legina did, posting Aaliyah and RKELLY. Yeah. So whoop, don't want that. Follow my YouTube. That's the page I just showed you on YouTube. Follow me for the truth about the industry. Okay. So yeah, very interesting. That's all I got. It's interesting. I would say, Legina, you got a little competition. Okay, got a little competition. She's trying to take your spot. Okay. We'll try to go back to that YouTube short. Let's see if she ain't gonna put a coochie on the screen for $1,000. Ain't that what Boosie said? Hold on. Let me get back up here to this. Let's see. Here's this one.
Fuck you niggas. Run me my motherfucking money, bitch. I don't owe none of you niggas shit. I don't owe none of you. I don't owe.
Okay. So there's that little tidbit. So I will link her social medias. I feel personally, she definitely knows she's not Aaliyah and R. Kelly's daughter. Okay. She wants to just simply grow her channel, I think. But it's interesting that the posts on her TikTok, they're older posts. You know what I'm saying? They're not recent posts. They're 2023 March. Okay. We're in 2024. So she's been posting this a minute. Maybe she saw Legina do it, or maybe Legina saw her do it and beat her to making it over here and trending on YouTube. Don't know who saw what, but it was interesting. And a hot mess. And I'm here for the mess. And so here we are. So last but not least, we're going to wrap it up and get out of here. Lebanon, they have been under attack through their pagers, you guys. Have you seen that come down your timeline? Okay. So this is in Budapest, but it says the Hungarian intelligence services conducted several interviews with the CEO of BAC Consulting, a Budapest-based company linked to the deadly explosions of pagers used by the Hezbollah members this week, the Hungarian government said on Saturday. The Taiwanese pager firm Gold Apollo said on Wednesday that the model pagers used in the detonations in Lebanon were made by BAC Consulting, adding it only licensed it out the brand and was not involved in the production of the devices. Now, they did get hold of Christina Barsum. I can't really pronounce her last name. I do apologize. She's 49, Italian, Hungarian. She's the CEO of BAC Consulting and told NBC earlier that she did not make the pagers and she was just the intermediate, basically like I'm the middleman, okay? So Hungarian intelligence agencies have been conducting their investigation since Wednesday, and they've interviewed this young lady several times, and that's what they've given out a statement. But let's get to the video so you can see what exactly is happening. It's actually very terrifying and very frightening because we're glued to our devices. pagers, not so much here in the US, but a lot of people, doctors, they use their pagers. We're glued to our cell phones. And this reminded me of the movie with the guy, I believe he played in the movie 300. He was like, "Are you not entertained?" It was a movie where the judge went to answer her phone and it blew her brains out. That's what it's giving here. But let's get to the video.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C.
A second round of explosions in Lebanon killed at least 14 more people, injured over 400 others. ABC's Perry Russum has the latest on this second attack.
Today, another round of electronics exploding in Lebanon. This time, devices including walkie-talkies blowing up. ABC's Marcus Moore in Beirut, only feet away from one of the blasts.
Crowds had just gathered for the funeral, and we heard a loud boom.
According to U.S. officials, Israel only told the U.S. they were going to carry out an operation against Hezbollah, providing no more details.
The United States did not know about, nor was it involved in these incidents.
This morning's attack comes a day after bombs exploded in Lebanon, killing 12 people, injuring nearly 3,000 more. Iran's ambassador to Lebanon among the injured.
Let's roll that back so you can see how serious that was. The man is here. It's like he has a backpack right there. So I'm going to assume the pager is there. Look at the power of that bomb.
Morning's attack comes the day after bombs exploded in Lebanon, killing
blew him all the way back, and he was severely hurt.
12 people, injuring nearly 3.
Now you got to pay attention here. He's actually looking down.
Injuring nearly.
See his pager? It happened so fast. His pager is right there. You see it? His pager is right there in front of him. See the hat? He's looking down at it. It blew right up almost in his
nearly
face.
3,000 more. Iran's ambassador.
Well, it blew up in his face.
To Lebanon among the injured. Surgeons operating on eyes, faces, and hands. Hezbollah says 11 of its members were killed in the first round of explosions involving pagers. Israel has not commented. Sources tell ABC News Israel embedded explosives in the pagers that were then sold to Hezbollah.
What seems to be a very sophisticated operation by the Israelis actually worked by using lower technology, the pagers that they used to implant with explosives that would have detonated on all of the Hezbollah.
Do you guys remember the movie? I cannot think of it. The movie where the guy was from, Are You Not Entertained? From 300. And his family was murdered in the most brutal way. And he was setting up everyone that didn't get him justice. And the judge, the lady, it was How to Get Away with Murder. I can't think of nobody's name, but she opened up the phone and it blew her brains out. That's this. This is actually scary, man.
Operators who are affected.
This Hezbollah official saying this aggression inevitably has its own punishment. The UN warning of a serious risk of dramatic escalation in Lebanon.
Everything must be done to avoid that escalation.
As for the pager attack, Hezbollah apparently using pagers to try to keep communications undetected after one of its leaders urged members to stop using cell phones, citing security.
So they wanted to not have any concerns with for security and got pagers and still got messed up. This is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, I feel like it's really out of a movie. I don't know if you've heard. Comment below. Have you heard about it? Did you know this was going on? What are your thoughts about it? I love to mess like the next person, but I do keep up with the news and things that's going on, and this was just terrifying because we're glued to our devices. You know, and it's glued on different levels. If you're a doctor, you glued to it. You know what I'm saying? You're a nurse or RN, you glued to that phone. You know, I work in 2 different hospitals. All I see is the nurses with those hospital phones that are on them for calls on top of their pagers, okay? I'm glued to 2 phones, my personal phone and my work phone. Always. You know, your laptop, the Wi-Fi, okay, the hotspot, you know, iPad. Like, this is crazy. And let's get into who they spoke to about that could be responsible, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, so this is being investigated all the way down to who made the pagers, which would make sense. Okay, the Hungarian intelligence agency interviewed CEO linked to the exploding Hezbollah pagers. Okay, this was on September 21st, so just a few days ago. It said they conducted several interviews with the CEO of BAT Consulting, a Budapest-based company linked to the deadly explosions of pagers used by Hezbollah's members this week, the Hungarian government said on Saturday. Taiwanese pager firm Gold Apollo said on Wednesday that the model of pagers used in the detonations in Lebanon were made by BAT Consulting, adding it only licensed out its brand and was not involved in the production. Now, Christina Barsini, I can't really pronounce her last name, sorry about that. She's 49. She's Italian and Hungarian. She's the CEO and owner of BAT Consulting, told NBC News earlier this week that she did not make the pagers and she's just an intermediate. She's saying, hey, I don't got nothing to do with it. I ain't make them. I just sell them. Okay. Hungarian intelligence agencies have been conducting their interviews since Wednesday and have interviewed her several more times, the Hungarian government's international press office said in a statement. Okay. So they are definitely looking to figure out who is it, who did it, why you did it. They is going to get to the bottom of it. This is her right here on the trail of the mystery woman whose company licensed the pager. So they did interview her. And she was the one that said, you know, I didn't do anything. I'm just here to sell them. I'm not out here trying to get rid of y'all. Okay. So that's how that's going. Ooh, that's so scary, you guys. Up on what exactly was going on, and it just stopped and kind of makes you think, you know, like I've been picking my phone up a lot slower. Okay. I'm like, man, and they're still trying to figure out how they got the bombs into the pagers and the walkie-talkies. They're tracing it back to the manufacturers. So to try to figure out who hijacked it, who got hold of what, and put it in there. Their whole a mess. Comment below your thoughts. Let me know how did you feel about the video? What do you think about Jaguar? Do you feel she's owed an apology? And no, it's your opinion. I'm not going to come in the comments like you're wrong. I'll disagree, but it'll be respectfully, and I'm going to heart the comment anyway. And what are your thoughts on psychics? I like SLOAN. I don't have anything against SLOAN. I'm not a big psychic fan, but I do have a measure of respect for SLOAN and what she has predicted. Girl, listen, sir, what do y'all think about this new Aaliyah? Is this new Aaliyah clout chasing just to get up her social medias? Because I can't tell who did social media what first, because Legina original TikTok page is gone. So I don't know if Legina came first or this lady. I don't know who copied who, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. And that's it for me. I appreciate you all being here. I'm gonna wrap it up, and I will see you guys on the next video or the next live stream.